Hello and welcome to Stamp with Shel. My name is Shel Anderson. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. I do Stamp with Shel videos on Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Central Time, Tuesdays at noon, Wednesdays at 7 p.m., and Thursdays at noon. You can find these videos on my Stamp with Shel YouTube channel, this Facebook page, or on my blog, shelscreativecorner.blogspot.com. I'd like to thank you for joining me today. We are going to be having a play with the Horse and Sleigh bundle. Beautiful, beautiful bundle, and it's photopolymer, so we can see right through to see where we're going to be stamping. Today I am going to be using this gorgeous horse and sleigh and a greeting, but I haven't decided what greeting yet. Probably wishing you a season of cheer. So we might as well grab that right away and we'll get those loaded up on some blocks. All right. So I'm going to need this die as well, and probably a couple of snowbanks. And that should do it. So I will set that out of the way. Bear with me, I'm having some technical difficulties here. Let me see if I can fix this. Bear with me just a second. There we go. All right. I hope I'm not frozen, because on my screen I'm frozen, so we're just going to bear with it here. Have a sip of coffee and we will get started. All right. I am going to pull out all my little bits here. Our card base today is Misty Moonlight. Chose Misty Moonlight. And our card is going to be an easy, simple, stress-free card, I promise you. All right. I have chosen this piece of DSP from the One Horse Open Sleigh. That paper is gorgeous. So we are going to layer this, maybe if our glue will work. Bear with me a minute while I get this started. There we go. And we are just going to add some glue to this DSP and layer that on a piece of Boho Blue. And don't worry about the measurements. The measurements will be in the description of the video as well as on my blog post with photos. So there we have our focal image. And that is going to go right smack on our card base, which is Misty Moonlight. So we're going to have two blues that are in the paper showing on the front of our card. There we go. We're just going to layer that right on the front of the card, trying to match those borders as best we can. And look at that. That could easily be a card in its own because this paper is so beautiful. All you'd really need to do is put a greeting on there. But we're going to kick it up a notch. We are going to add this piece of basic white to the inside of the card so that we have a nice place to write our greeting. There. All right. Oh, I had another piece. I was supposed to put this piece of Boho Blue behind that, and I got ahead of myself. So it's just going to be that. Now we are going to do some stamping. We're going to set that aside, and I am going to bring in some Memento black ink, and we are going to stamp our images. I want to make sure I get this nice and inked. And I need to bring in, whoops, horrendous crash. I need to bring in my stamp pad so that we have a little bit of cushion for this photopolymer stamp. And we are going to stamp this right down here at the bottom. It's okay. It's not perfect, but it's okay. I'm happy with that. I think I will stamp my greeting at the same time. And perfect. All right. We have our stamping done. We can put that away. And we can bring in our mini Stampin' cut and emboss. And we don't need that stamp pad anymore. And I'm just going to cut this so this will fit into our mini. I'm going to put that on there. We get this lined up. And let me get a piece of tape. This is removable tape that I'm using. There we go. Whoops. All right. And a top plate. And we will run that through. All right. We'll remove that tape, save it for next time. And out of this scrap, I am going to cut a snowbank or two. I think I can get two, I'm not sure. Or almost two. All right, that is trash. And There we have a couple of snowbanks. And I'm going to do another one here. Whoops, 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 whoops. See, I should have used my tape. There we go. Let's take this out of the way. Get our snowbank and our die. Put those up there so I don't lose them and keep our greeting. All right. We have our bits. Now we need to do some coloring. So the first thing I want is a basic black marker, because this harness is not black enough for me. So I am just going to fill that in. So that I'm happy with it. There we go. Easily fixable. Now, this is our scene. We need to color our I'm going to color our horse this color. This is color number 400 in our natural tones, or neutral tones, I think they're called. And I'm not doing any shading on this. For time's sake, we are just simply coloring in our image. Now, this is where my old eyes have issues, in these little teeny tiny areas. So far, so good. There we go. You ever done that, made the mistake when you're coloring and colored the wrong area? I've done that so many times, but it always seems to be in little teeny tiny areas that are confusing. All right, our horse has one more leg to be colored, and we will be done with his body. Now, his mane I want to do in wild wheat. And his forelock and his tail. Now we're going to need some dark smoky slate for his hooves. I think I'm going to continue with, oops, wrong end, Shel, with black for the harness pieces. Because our horse is a lighter color, I'm just going to continue with the black. There we go. Now, our people. We're going to have some Misty Moonlight in here. Let me find that one. Misty Moonlight Light. Why don't we do their blanket in Misty Moonlight? And that will coordinate with the blues in our background without being too matchy-matchy. Now their sleigh. Let's try Light Pebbled Path. See what color that looks like. Yeah, I think we can do that. Sorry, I keep bringing it close to myself so that I can color, and I tend to forget sometimes that I'm doing videos when I'm coloring. I love to color. Alright, so I'm going to take this black. Oops, not that end, Shelley. Let's try the other end. Alright, I'm alright with that. Now we need to get some color in here. Let's do Real Red Dark for his hat and his coat. Yeah, it brings a little bright spot. And then for skin, let's try number 900. His mittens, we're going to go with Shaded Spruce. Actually, I'm going to do her in Shaded Spruce. Her clothing. And I'm just going to blend his mitten into it, because that is one of those super small areas. There we go. Now, I'm just going to continue this runner. There we go. All set. Coloring is done. I will not fuss anymore. See how that just creates a perfect background? All right, let's see if we can get this greeting cut out. Ooh, I think I got pretty close there. I did. That's okay. Wishing you a season of cheer. I don't like that. I think I'm going to try it, and I don't want those snowbanks. I'm going to leave those off this card. I thought I wanted them, but I don't. I'm going to try stamping my greeting onto, where is my stamp? Onto Boho Blue. I think the white is too stark, and I think perhaps my greeting might be too big for this card. I think that might be my problem. I'm just not happy with how large, where did that greeting go? How large and how stark that is. Like, it takes away from my scene. So, I'm going to see. Oh, here's one in the St. Nicholas. It says, many merry thoughts and wishes. I'm going to try that one and see, because it's much smaller. Let's try it. Let us try it. Is this one long enough? Yes, it is. Now, let's see if I can stamp it straight. Sorry, my head's in the camera, I know that. No, I can't stamp it straight. Let's try it again. Good thing we have a big piece of paper here. We'll spin it around. That's better. I can trim that one down. Many merry thoughts and wishes. All right. I'm going to trim some off the bottom too. It's too big. There we go. Still needs a little bit off, so it's even top and bottom. I know I'm being fussy. If you stick around with me to the end of this video, I have another card that's already done to show you. All right. That I like much better. Much, much better. So let's get some dimensionals in here and see if I can use some of these edges to get a wee little strip to go behind that greeting. There we go. Okay, I think we have a piece long enough. Let's give it a whirl. Perfect. And right up here, many merry thoughts and wishes. And then on the flip side of this, we're going to add some dimensionals. One more right there. And I think I want to cut a couple of these edges that I can get down in there and down in here. No, that one's not going to work. Let's put it on this horse's leg. There we go. All right. Now we will get our Take Your Pick tool. Oops, not that one. This one. And remove all of these paper backings. Oops. And then we need to get this guy on straight. There we are. And we will pop this guy on just like that. This is not on straight, Shelley. There we go. All right. Now, my friends, it's time to embellish. Now, not that I think that this card needs much. But I'm going to add something. Those rustic metallic dots are the same color as the Pebbled Path Sleigh. Or we could go with some snowflakes. Let's see what we can come up with. Do I want 3 of those coming down from the corner? Or do I want 3 of these coming down from the corner? This is the same color almost as the Pebbled Path as well. Or do I want some snowflakes? I think I want snowflakes. But do I want gold ones or do I want white ones? I am going to go with gold, just to be different. I'm going to put one up there one here. Where do I want this one? And one right there. Just to add a little bit of sparkle. And I like how the color of the mane is complemented in the gold as well. So that, my friends, is our card for this morning using the One Horse Open Sleigh bundle. That's her bundle. Super, super simple, super easy, super relaxing, just sit and color. No stress. That's what the idea for this class was. So I hope you enjoyed my card today, and I hope you come back and see me again. If you're looking for measurements, like I said before, they will be on the YouTube video description. Just scroll down to the description and you'll see them there, as well as there will be photos and a full tutorial with measurements on my blog, www.shelscreativecorner.blogspot.com. Thanks so much for stopping by today. Have a great day. Bye-bye.